Now, Professor Tan, or Ambassador Tan, excuse me, that what do you've worked on these peninsula issues, human rights in particular. What do you think the possibility of future unification is? Could you comment on that?
I actually believe that we will see a united Korea someday. I have hope that that is the case. If you look at the Korean Peninsula at night, you see darkness over the northern part of the peninsula, and you see the southern part of the peninsula lit up like a Christmas tree. And this is a metaphor of the two Koreas as they are currently divided. North Korea is the most unjust, wicked, oppressive regime on planet Earth. And I'm saying that as someone whose job it was to deal with unjust regimes all over the world. It is number one along those lines, bar none. A friend of mine once described it, if you know the Lord of the Rings series, as Mordor. This is the heart of darkness in there. And a wicked regime as evil as North Korea will not be able to stand for a long time by historical standards. It will fall. Exactly how? Exactly when? God knows. But will it be sustainable over a long time by historical standards? I would say no way, and history teaches us that. There is no sane reason why South Korea should want to become more like North Korea. There is no sane reason why South Korea should want to be overrun by communism. Because every time communism has been tried, it has led to the seizure of property of the people and the crushing of the people themselves. No exception, worldwide, every single time it has been tried. So then, those proponents of moving more in a North Korean direction, of falling more into the Chinese Communist Party's orbit, are advocating insanity. Moving into the current crisis in South Korea. Think about this. In these districts in South Korea, voting districts in South Korea, there were more votes than there were registered voters. How in the world could that not be cheating? When you have a situation where the National Election Commission is saying, nothing to see here, move on, folks. When you have the Constitutional Court rejecting an inspection of the voter rolls and saying that inspection into the electronic voting system is irrelevant and immaterial to the impeachment case of President Yoon, this is legal nonsense. And I say this as a legal scholar. President Yoon, under Article 77 of the South Korean Constitution, had the constitutional authority as president, as duly elected president of South Korea, to declare martial law in a time of crisis for his country. He did this at great risk to himself as president, and he has been paying the price heroically for his country. For daring to do that, he is being treated as if he is some kind of criminal. You had thousands of police seizing him and throwing him into solitary confinement after the impeachment occurred. This is outrageous. He is the duly elected president of South Korea. And this is no way to treat the president of any country, much less your own president in your own country. The Constitutional Court of South Korea should know that they are being watched. They have a scant amount of time as they're rushing this process forward. And more, the world is watching. More and more, South Korean society is waking up to what is going on. There is a youth movement that's sweeping across the country along these lines. And President Yoon has a majority of the population in South Korea supporting him as they recognize his heroic bravery in trying to expose and call for the investigation of the serious election integrity issues that are facing this country. If the National Election Commission is confident in what it has done, why does it not divulge and expose what should be, in their claim, legitimate procedures? If they have something to hide, maybe that explains their behavior and their unwillingness to turn over the basic information that should be transparent and available in a democracy. And if a democracy loses its election integrity, then the fundamental right of the people to govern themselves and to choose those who represent them is lost.
Okay, thanks, Morse. We appreciate it. Now, we've got time for 2 or 3 questions.